So basically, if you are applying for a off campus, you should not have the fear of rejection, first of all. Because when you have a fear of rejection, you do not perform well in any interview. You got a rejection, that is good. Like you should learn a lot from the rejection in compared to the success.
Right. Hi guys, I'm Vyomesh Singh from Saral Education. Today I am going to discuss with Shivam Mishra, who got internship in none another than biggest antivirus software company, McAfee. And this podcast is very important because he belongs from TL3 college. He is pursuing his BTech from TL3 college. He is not from NIT or Triple IT or IIT. So you can learn from his experience, and to learn from his experience you need to watch this video till the end, right? And if you like the video, please like and share with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. So Shivam, welcome to Saral Education.
Yeah, thank you, sir, like for inviting me to your channel. It's my great pleasure to be here.
Shivam, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, so basically, I am Shivam Mishra, and I am currently pursuing computer science and engineering from CMRIT Institute of Technology, which is in Bangalore. And I am currently, I have already done two internships till now, and and I have just got the third internship from the McAfee. This is a small brief about me.
Shivam, you are from tier 3 college and you got internship in McAfee. So
Yes.
was it on campus or off campus?
So basically, I have applied through off campus through the LinkedIn. One senior of my school has referred me for the intern at the McAfee.
Whenever a tier 3 college a student apply in a company, product based company or a company like McAfee, it's very hard to get shortlisted. So I was just looking into your LinkedIn profile. You have completed so many already two internship, and you have scored very good in ICPCID coding, and you have also participated in the Google Code Jam. So these things required to get shortlisted, or you did it only for fun?
Like to be honest, like if you apply for the off campus, basically if you belongs to a tier 3 college, so it's very important to make your resume very crystal and clear. So it's you have to make design your resume in such a way that if once the developer of any company who is going to referring you, so it gets impressed by the first impression on by saying it. So so I have started building my resume from my third year. So the 3 points which is very important to put in the resume. First, they look for the experience. If you have a past intensive experience, it adds and value to that. And the second thing, nowadays like CP profile is on boom. Like everyone wants a good problem solver for the intern or maybe the full time. So you have if you have a good competitive programming profile, then it adds an value to that. And apart from that, you have a good project in your hand, at least one good project from the scratch. If you have built one project from the scratch, then it is good. So these are the necessary things to get your resume shortlisted if you are applying through off campus, and especially if you belong to a tier 3 college.
uh, your previous internship and project played role to be shortlisted in McAfee. So how you got previous internships?
So basically, all the internship which I got, like through the LinkedIn, because there is no other option. Like there is no any good companies visiting in our college, like apart from the service-based company. So I explored in my second year. I talked to my seniors who is already in good companies, good product-based companies. They told me, if you have a good profile on your LinkedIn, and if your resume is good, and if your data structures and algorithm is good, then you can easily get an internship, at least if you're applying to 60, or if you are regularly applying on the LinkedIn. So that is my motive from the third year itself. So I started applying for the internship, and luckily I got two internship offers till my fourth year, before entering into my fourth year.
So Siam, let's talk about McAfee now. So what was the selection
Yeah.
process of McAfee?
So basically, after the resumes get shortlisted, so basically the total 3 rounds happen. The first 2 rounds had happened on the same day, and after the 2 days gap, so the third technical rounds happen.
Okay, so all three were the technical round, or there were some HR or managerial round as well?
No, no, there was total three technical rounds and followed by one HR round in the last.
Okay, so there was total four rounds. So,
Yeah,
Shivam, you got shortlisted and they called you. As soon as they call you, they ask you to give the interview. So,
yeah,
how was your first round of interview experience? Because at that time you were not expecting that interview is going to happen today itself. So, how was your
yeah.
experience? What was the difficulty level and what was the length of the interview?
So basically, the first thing, if you are applying for off campus, you should be ready at any moment because any moment you will get a call from the company. The first thing you have to keep in mind, you should be ready after applying to any company. And the second thing, like the first about if you talk about my first technical round, so the total interview was based on the data structures and algorithms, and the core topics which were covered in my round, that was an array, linked list, and the binary search tree. And all, if you talk about the difficulty level was medium to medium, easy to medium, according to the lead code standard.
Okay, and what was the length of the question? Did they ask you to write the code or compile the code, or did they asking just the approach?
So basically, in the first round, they told me to write the code of every question. There was three questions asked in that interview. They told me to write the code from the scratch because they want a full working code. And after writing the code, they want me to explain each and every line of code experimentally. By they asking why you have done why you have write this code instead of you can write according to this way. You can use other data structures, so in that way they are cross checking my logic, so that their motive was just to confuse me, like at the last when I got the output. So and the important thing you also kept in mind, you should be confident what you have write in the code. There may be an other logic maybe also exist, but once you got a logic, you should be able to confident you should be confident in order to explain that code in front of the interviewer.
Okay, so they ask you to write a code on editor or a compiler.
So basically, it was according to my wish because they told me to open an online compiler. You have to share the screen to the interviewer. So there is no any
And you
malpractices
need to
like
run as
you.
well.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, after writing the code, they are checking. They are giving some test cases according to his opinion, and I have to get the correct output according to their custom input test cases.
So you was able to solve all three questions in the first round, even
Yeah,
run the code as well in the runtime only. So
yeah,
after the first round, the second round was itself in the same day. So how
yeah.
was your second round experience? What was the difficulty level? How is it different from first round of interview?
So the second technical round was happen on the same day. So if you talk about the difficulty level, so the difficulty level according to the first interview experience was little bit high, but the process of the interview was same almost according to the first technical interview. So in that interview also there was three question asked and followed by one SQL question, basic SQL query. So in the second technical round, so the topics were covered was the same, but there was one additional topic like heap. There was the starting question was on heap, and then they continued to ask on the linked list, and followed by one stack question, standard stack implementation. And after all the three questions were done, they asked me at the time of wrap up. They asked me one simple query, if you find the second highest the data in the table. So they also check me the concept of indexing because through the indexing you can easily find a particular thing in a table. So they are checking also the concept of the indexing.
What did they ask you in SQL? SQL?
So basically, in the SQL, they asked me about the basic acid properties, one simple. They told me, and then they asked me one simple question, SQL query question. Find the second highest salary in a table. So when I wrote the query through the two nested sub query, so they wanted to me to generalize that terms because they if you just give like find the six last find the six minimum salary from the table. So you just they want to generalize that equation. So I had to. So you should know the concept of the indexing in order to solve that question. It is a very important topic if you as the point of the developer.
Okay, so they were checking your in-depth knowledge in database as well. And in two technical rounds, they have checked around six technical questions, and
Yes.
they covered the topic stack, heap, array, linked list, and DST in two technical rounds. So there was one more technical round. So how was your experience of third technical round?
After the 2 days of my first, after the first two interview, my third technical was happened. So the process was almost same, but the difficulty was a little bit high because they wanted me to check the concept of the oops concept. So the question was asked from me to the base. They started with the DP problem, a standard DP problem, and then followed by two standard question on the that is the one on thing I think hashing. One question was from hashing, and the at the time of wrap up they asked me one simple question of array, like you have to swap the two adjacent elements, like without using extra variable. So that is was last question. And apart from that, they asked me oops concept in that interview in depth. So in that, they checked me the concept of inheritance, basic OOPS principles.
From in previous two round, you write the code on the compiler and run the code as well. So in this round, final round, did they ask you to write the code as well on the compiler, or just they were checking the approach? And did they also check your OOPS concept on that particular question they are asking, or they just generally ask the theory?
They told me to implement a calculator for the OOPS concept. So they told me to implement four methods. And after that, in a division operator, when you are applying division operator, you get an exception, division by zero. So in order to handle that exception, they told me to write the exception class also. So this was the one question which is asked on the basis on the OOPS concept. So basically, their motive was to check the practical implementation of those concepts. So they told me like to make a method, like make a members class in a class, and then implement that method, and then you implement that logic in a. So they in that way they also checked me the concept of the classes and objects. Uh, and after that, when I have solved all the three questions, so they told me to just tell what you know about the OOPS concept. What are the principles of the OOPS? So they just and in the final interview, just they want to me to write pseudocode on a shared doc, Microsoft Doc. So they just told me to write the pseudocode of that particular of every problem. They don't want need to be they don't want fully working code. Just they want checking the logic of logic of me.
So it was like they were checking your approach, how you are solving the question, as well as they are checking how you able to solve the questions using OOPS concept and how you are applying the OOPS concept. So that means apart from the DS question, they check your designing part, how you design a calculator with the help of object-oriented programming,
Yeah,
if I'm not wrong.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So after the third round, uh, after how many days there was the HR round, and was it only formality, or did they ask any serious question like managerial round kind of questions?
So basically, after the 16 days of my third and technical interview, I got a call that you are shortlisted after the third technical round, and we have an HR round of half an hour. So the HR round was just for me, for my experiences, just a formality in every product-based company. Because when I talk to my seniors, they just want me to that you are culturally fit in my company or not. You should be you are confident, be enough to speak. You have a good communication skills.
Okay. So in all three technical round and HR round, did they ask anything about your project and previous internship?
So basically, the first when the resume, because the resume shortlisted was based on my the past intensive experiences and the project. So they didn't ask too much about my project because at the time of shortlisting in the beginning, they have already shortlisted my profile on the basis of my past internship experiences and my project. So they didn't ask about my project in all the technical round. In the HR round, they just asked me that how many projects you have done in the entire 4 years of your engineering.
Sam, I want to ask one more thing. You were not selected in three or four companies earlier. So,
Yeah,
how you challenge or how you manage the pressure that time? Because for a tier three student, there are not so many product based company chances. So, how did you
yeah.
tackle the pressure that time?
So basically, I have got a couple of rejection before getting this offer. Like in when I applied for the Nurture Farm, Nurture Farm is a very good product-based company, which is currently, and they have a very high skill set because they want a very high skill set developer. So I got rejected in the second round because due to my that one question, I'm not able to explain it to a very depth. Like I have solved the code and from the scratch, but they wanted to me to optimize the code, but I was not able to optimize the code, and the problem was based on the try algorithm. That is my like luck. And the second company which I got rejected in the Thomson Reuters, which I rejected in the HR round. So mainly, many people are not rejected in the HR round, but I got rejected in the HR round. And the third company which I got rejected in the that is the uh, that is Sklinja. That is a one company. I don't forget his name, but there is a startup in the Bangalore. There. So after three rejections, so I took a break of 1 month, so that I analyzed the thing. Like I got rejected in the almost in every company in the last round. So I need to work on certain topics, like three topics which are not good at that time, and like 3 months back. So one is try, and the second one is segmentary. So I have solved a couple of questions on that. So and then again I started applying to the companies, and luckily I applied to the McAfee, and hopefully I got the background internship in that company. So basically, if you are applying for a off campus, so you don't have a fear of rejection. You should not have the fear of rejection, first of all, because when you have a fear of rejection, you do not perform well in any interview. So at the time, even right now, I have don't have fear any type of rejection, because see, like you got a rejection, that is good. Like you should learn a lot from the rejection in compared to the success. So my first motive was to learn. If you got rejected, so you do the self analysis, what things went wrong during the interview, and work on it. Definitely, after a three four rejection, and if you are working on it, then definitely you have a very high chances in the interview of the next company.
As we all know, it's very hard to get shortlisted for tier three college. So, how many companies have you applied?
So basically, I have applied. I didn't know the exact number, but it is above 15 companies in a one set go. So basically, sometimes your resume do not get shortlisted because every company has a different criteria for the shortlisting process. Like
So, out of 15, how many companies shortlisted you?
so, basically, out of 15, I got shortlisted in the six companies, and
6
out
companies.
of six
That's really
companies,
good.
yeah, and out of six, I bagged three offers from that out of six.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Shivam, for your insight because it's
Yeah,
really helpful for all the students who are from tier 3 college and how can they apply, how should they make your resume good, how should they make their LinkedIn profile impressive so they can get shortlisted in a product based company. I hope they can learn from your LinkedIn profile guide. Shivam LinkedIn profile link in the description. You can check it as a reference. So you can also make your LinkedIn profile good enough like him and get shortlisted in a company. So thank you, Shivam. Thank you very much.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir, for inviting me to the Surreal Education. It's a pleasure for me to share my experiences with my friends, and thank you.
So guys, please do like, share, and subscribe our channel, and please share the video with your friends